Yo, man, I got to talk about this. When I saw this yesterday, I was like, holy shit. This is hilarious and sad at the same time. Black people continuously show why we are at the bottom of the totem pole in every statistical category you can think of. You know what I'm saying? We don't have our priorities straight. We don't. So you got, apparently Tommy Sotomayor was attacked at a Sonetta event this past weekend. He was allegedly sucker punched. This is the video right here that allegedly happened. I watched it. And Tommy was holding the camera and was sucker punched by some dudes at a Sonetta event. I'm still, Sonetta is still doing the same damn thing, having, meaningless, irrelevant debates about, which Bible is better, what's the chakras, what's the, all this dumb conscious community crap. That's the reason why I left, man. Nothing has evolved with this clown. I don't see this guy debating any damn white supremacists. Anybody that's a white supremacist that's in power, none of that. Just still doing these countless meaningless debates. But Tommy, I came across this video yesterday, man. I was just dying laughing. Tommy got allegedly sucker punched, and he had called the police, and he was like isolated from the incident. And later on, he left the building. A group of guys. That's another thing, man. I used to go to these conscious community events. This is like, a couple years back. And I used to do these conscious community events and stuff like that. I never had this kind of issue dealing with rowdy dudes. But at the same time, I don't have people like Tommy Sotomayor attending my events either, right? So I don't have that kind of vibe. But historically, I don't attend events. I don't attend events where the men outnumber the women. I just don't do. In other words, I don't go to an event where there's a bunch of dudes around, too much testosterone, stuff like that. The women have to outnumber the men, point blank and simple. Either that, or if I can't take my wife, I'm not going to go to the event, straight up. But this video right here shows and proves that. Not only this video, but I'll play another video also that was hilarious as well. But you have guys that have so much hatred and vitriol towards guys like Tommy Sotomayor, who is black. Even though he's a coon, we know he's a coon. I don't take Tommy seriously at all. I think this guy is hilarious, man. Talking about BT 1000s, talking about black women. Listen, he can say as much negative comments about black women all he wants. That's his shtick. People like that. It doesn't, it's not important to me. There's nothing more diabolical and sinister than white supremacy. So he can say whatever the hell he wants to say. And it's so, black people are so offended by this guy, they want to physically assault this guy and confront him. When, the true enemy that has been kicking our ass for over 500 years has been white supremacy since the inception of the transatlantic slave trade in 1505. But let me play this clip real quick. It's some dude. I came across this video also. Some guy named Minister Jap. I believe he's a YouTuber. Apparently, he has a problem with Tommy Sotomayor, and he wanted to confront Tommy Sotomayor, Minister Jap. He wanted to physically assault him. This was hilarious also because this guy's he's being recorded, incriminating himself. But this black people just don't think things through. They're not logical, man. We don't think things through at all. How you going to just threaten somebody, call somebody up, threaten them, being recorded, be so mad at this one dude when the most powerful entity that you've ever witnessed as far as your oppressor has been kicking your ass for over 500 years and you don't do shit about that. Well, let me play this clip, man, and real quick. I'm gonna play the hilarious. This is the part where I died laughing yesterday. I mean, I was on the floor like literally like 5 minutes just dying yesterday. We played this clip and I'll come back with my commentary. Here we go.
Ain't nobody got time to sit up here arguing with you. You mad because you ain't me. You mad because you ain't me. You ain't gonna show me shit. You ain't gonna show me shit. You know what? I'm in the Trump Hotel. Go on down to the bottom. Okay, pull up. I'm gonna pull up outside the Trump Hotel talking. All right, I'm gonna tell you when you pull up though. I'm telling you the police gonna be down there. I'm just letting you know. That's right. Because a nigga I don't know is trying to fight me because of YouTube, but he mad that I'm more popular than him.
Oh my God! When I saw that yesterday, man, I died. I'm gonna pull up. Man, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Like I said, we don't have our priorities straight. We still don't. When it comes to, this supposed NFL boycott, we still don't have our priorities straight because the most powerful source of the NFL is the players, and the black players are not being involved. Just a couple of them. That's it. Like I said before in my past videos, in order for the NFL boycott to be effective, the players have to be involved. You have to do a consumer boycott, right? And also the consumers, the sponsors, have to boycott as well. That's a long shot, extreme long shot, right? But the majority of the players, like I said, you got to hold them accountable, and they have to be involved in the boycott to make some effective changes in the NFL, right? So a guy like, this guy like Minister Jap and guys who, there's so many people who have problems with Tommy Sotomayor that want to physically assault him, and talking about, I'm going to pull up. Let me ask y'all this. Would you pull up and threaten the IRS? Just think about that. You imagine somebody saying like, you know what? IRS, man, I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all dudes talking shit, talking about you going to take my money. I'm going to pull up. Where you at? What's your address? I'm going to pull up right now. What's your address? That's not going to happen. Ain't nobody going to pull up on no damn IRS. That's not going to happen. Where was y'all dudes at the white supremacist pep rally in Charlottesville, that happened this past weekend? In Charlottesville, Virginia. Where were y'all at? Did y'all pull up on Richard Spencer, David Duke? Did y'all pull up on these white supremacists at the Charlottesville white supremacist pep rally? You got Donald Trump still openly supporting white supremacists, talking about alt left. What about the alt left? It's on both sides. David Duke on Twitter talking about, that's what's up, Donald Trump. You're our God. We worship you. Thank you, sir, for making sure our abhorrent behavior of white supremacy continues to be co-signed by you. You are our leader. You are our Lord and Savior. Right? You got guys like George Zimmerman who's still walking the streets right now, breathing. Right? Still making money. Still breathing. I don't see nobody pulling up on George Zimmerman at all. I don't see nobody doing that. Right? And, a lot of people talking about, well, Tommy Sotomayor, man, you got to understand, he's disrespecting the black woman. He's disrespectful to the black woman. This, that, and the third, right? So if you want to confront Tommy and physically assault Tommy Sotomayor, who, again, like I said, is the ultimate coon and should not be taken seriously, you want to physically assault him, but you don't want to go ahead and attack and pull up on the killers of Sandra Bland. Huh? An unarmed female who died in the hands of a race soldier in that law enforcement department down in Texas. I don't see you pulling up for her killers. Why y'all not pulling up for Sandra Bland? What about Dylan Roof, who is in jail but still alive, still breathing? These goddamn race soldiers, when they arrested him, took that dude to Burger King. Gave him the royal treatment before he went to jail and, receiving a death penalty and all that stuff. But he's still alive. I know one dude in jail tried to attack him, Much props to him. Try to physically assault him, but I don't see a whole mob of you dudes with that anger and vitriol that y'all showed towards Tommy Sotomayor. I don't see that same, anger towards guys like Dylan Roof or George Zimmerman or the killers of Sandra Bland. I can go on and on and on. And you'll stick, you got a problem with Tommy because he's disrespectful to black woman. And another thing about that, look in the mirror. And again, like I keep saying, the black family structure has been on life support since the 1960s. So you have a problem collectively. We have a problem of not only marrying black women, but being with a black woman. Because over 70% of black children are being birthed out of wedlock. Those are facts. We're not marrying our women that we impregnate. We're not doing that. And that is learned behavior because that's a generational trait. You were raised by a single parent. Your mother was raised by a single parent. Her mother was raised by a single parent. Single mother, single mother, single mother, single mother. That trend has increased since the 1960s. Right? Like I said, read the Case for National Action by Patrick D. Moynihan, The Negro Family. Read that and read the revisited document that came out in 2013. I have videos on that. Y'all can check those out. So again, black people, we don't have our priorities straight. We don't have our priorities straight. We want to attack people like Tommy Sotomayor, a YouTube personality who should not be taken seriously. I don't take him seriously. I think this guy is hilarious. Now I don't follow his work like that. I don't subscribe to none of his channels. Just so happens the fact that when I was watching some YouTube video yesterday, this came up on my recommendation list as far as Tommy being attacked. And I watched it. I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty interesting. This guy is being physically assaulted everywhere he goes or threatened. But again, like I said, none of you dudes want to pull up on the IRS. None of you dudes want to pull up on George Zimmerman. None of you dudes want to pull up on Richard Spencer, David Duke. Right? None of you dudes want to pull up on the killers of Sandra Bland. I can go on and on and on and on. But y'all want to pull up on a soft target like Tommy Sotomayor, right? Because he's disrespectful to the black woman. Really, bro? Really? That right there is the ultimate coon. The ultimate coon. You want to attack your very own people, but not the most diabolical, sinister thing that can happen to black people, which is white supremacy. Over 500 years. You rather attack a soft target who's nothing more than a coon. But guess what? The person that's attacking Tommy, who's a coon, that person is a bigger coon than Tommy. There's levels to coonish. There's levels to cooning behavior. There's different levels. Me personally, I think Tommy is like a level 1 coon. He's a level 1. There's like different levels of cooning. He's level 1. The guys that are attacking Tommy that want to physically assault him, that are threatening him, their coon levels is probably a 3 or 4. I'm gonna have to sit down and actually think about defining the levels of cooning. I'm gonna have to think about that. But I know just off the top of my head, Tommy's like level 1. He's basic. And then I'm gonna define like level 2. This is like 5 levels of cooning. I'm gonna define level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. I'm gonna define that. But Tommy's level 1, man. But you want to physically assault a guy like Tommy and not attack the IRS, not attack George Zimmerman, not attack the killers of Sandra Bland, not attack David Duke and Richard Spencer, right? And you got guys like the number 45, Donald Trump, in office, still openly supporting white supremacy, bringing up alt left. Really? Get your priorities straight. Get your priorities straight. You know what I'm saying? I know you suffer from mental disorders, epigenetics. Acknowledge it, accept it, learn from your mistakes, and understand the true enemy that you're dealing with, which is white supremacy. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So pull up. Pull up on the IRS. That'll never happen. Pull up on George Zimmerman. I know George Zimmerman stays strapped. I know he always is fully. That guy gotta stay strapped because I know he gets death threats and all kinds of stuff. But none of y'all dudes would do that. None of y'all dudes would pull up on him. Shit, you got more white people mad at George Zimmerman than black people, really. That want to confront George Zimmerman and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, get your priorities straight and pull up on the right people. Pull up on the right people and get your priorities straight. Because Tommy is not important. He's insignificant. Should not be taken seriously. I don't care what he said about you. I mean, you know, regardless, I mean, I'm not talking about personal attacks, ad hominems, where he's talking about or disrespecting your family and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about stuff like generalizing black women. If you want to personally and physically assault Tommy Sotomayor because he says black women are bitches and they wear weave and all kinds of stuff, you are a bigger coon than Tommy Sotomayor. Straight up. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So anyway, family, those are my quick thoughts on that. I saw the video about the chick that, well, she was part of it. The chick that got arrested for pulling down that white supremacist statue in North Carolina. And it was a gang of people involved. She was just the one that put the rope on the goddamn statue. Somebody pulled the damn thing, but she got arrested, right? And she's black. So you know what time it is. So anyway, those are my thoughts on that, family. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Also, don't forget, in my description, go ahead and sign up to blackspot.com. That is our black version of Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Shout out to George Daryl Clue is my bad. It's the CEO of blackspot.com. In order for that site to get better, we need to support it financially. It's just as little as $5 a month. So go ahead and sign up right now. Add me as a friend. I'll add you back. All right, family. Also follow me on social media at Instagram and Twitter. Both links will be down below in the description. Until next time, family, Chauncey, a.k.a. the Black Separatist, signing out. Peace. I'm not wearing no shearing shirt, but yeah, I'm not wearing no shearing shirt here. I don't even have my shearing shirt. I don't know what happened to it.